Hey folks, Ron here. I know I speak for all Texans and probably most Americans when I say there's nothing like the sound of a sizzling prime ribeye steak on the grill. But I got a question. Who can afford that? So I've got a tasty alternative that I think will probably hit your taste buds, but hit your pocketbook a little less. Stick around. If you're still in the workforce and making $200,000 a year, I know you don't care about paying $22 a pound for prime ribeye steak, but if you're retired like Renee and I are, that sets you back a pretty penny. So we're looking at an alternative today, chicken thighs, which are going to be fantastic, marinated and put on the grill. And they are $1.49 a pound, and 5 pounds of those things cost $7.75. We're also going to have corn on the cob and garlic bread. If you like skinless thighs, that's great. I don't. I like skin. And but there's some fat on these that needs to be cut off. So take them onto a cutting board with a fillet knife or a sharp knife, whatever you have, and cut off as much of that that makes sense for you. I just want to show you somebody that we've got here at the house that really does appreciate the air conditioning. And that is this little girl, Bella. Hey, Bella, wave to the camera. Yeah, she is set for life here. She says, don't bother me, I'm good. The marinade for these chicken thighs is going to consist of number 30 coarse black pepper, sea salt, a little extra virgin olive oil, tahini, have to have tahini, a little honey, a little lime juice, and the number one ingredient, Italian dressing by Wishbone. Great stuff for chicken. The next step is to get 2 large baggies. And these are going to be instrumental in this marinating process. Here we put half the chicken breast, or chicken thighs, I'm sorry, in one bag. And you probably do want to split it up into 2 because it's you're just not going to get the marinade through and through like you need it if you try to cram everything in one bag. So there's one. Whoever invented the baggie should probably get some type of a Nobel Prize because, wow, they are multifunctional. Once we get all of our chicken in there, we then are going to want to pour that marinade into each one of these bags. And I'll get a funnel and be right back to do that. One thing you want to be very careful of, and that is chicken is a whole lot more difficult to clean up after than beef. People eat raw beef. In Europe, it's not an unusual thing, but chicken is another thing. And so when you're cutting up chicken and you've got a lot of utensils that have been, contaminated with the chicken. You want to make sure that you clean everything very well. Salmonella is not anything you want to, play with, and so the only way to get that taken care of is to clean everything. So I've cleaned all of the utensils already, but the sink is the next step. So, and this is probably more for men than women. I don't want to be sexist in this, but men probably are less familiar with the issues with chicken and making sure that you've cleaned things up. So the chicken has marinated for about 5 hours, and that's good. Overnight is better. 1 hour is minimum. So if you're not a subscriber to America's Test Kitchen, I'd suggest that you go to America's Test Kitchen's website or their YouTube channel, and they've done all the research. You don't have to do any, and they've done it all. Perfectly cooked corn requires 4 quarts of water. So however you can get water in there, if you got a pot filler, that's great, but if not, then 4 quarts of water in a pot. You bring that to a boil, and when you have a rolling boil, you add the corn, and the minute you add the corn, you turn the heat off and wait 10 minutes. So the water is definitely a rolling boil. So it's time for the corn. Corn is in. Lid is on. And the heat is off. Wait 10 minutes. So in addition to the chicken, Renee is cooking up some fried potatoes. So it's onions, potatoes, and that should go very well with the chicken thighs. For about $25 on Amazon, you can get the perfect for me thermometer. You really need this instant read thermometer to make sure that you get the chicken and any meat that you're cooking the right temperature. This one is Inkbird, and it works like a charm. So I'll leave a link in the description on how much it costs and where you can get it. So we're going to cook the chicken on a pellet smoker, the Pit Boss pellet, and I think this will be the best way to cook it. It's heating up. And again, we want to get that chicken to an internal temperature of 165. So the chicken is now on the grill. And the grill is set for about 275. So the temperature on the pellet grill is right at 250. The chicken has been on for about 20 minutes. And it's developing a really nice looking skin. And it smells fantastic. Looking forward to it. The chicken is looking golden, starting to. So it's a perfect time to flip these. The chicken has been on for about 40 minutes. Still hanging pretty close to 250. And I think it's time to flip these. Well, according to the thermometer, it's time. So, the chicken is done. I snuck a little bite and I think it's going to work. So, dinner is served. The potatoes look ready to go too.